What exactly is democracy? Well, pluralism is the hallmark of it. In a democracy, citizens can have any opinion they want to have. They can express any opinion they want in public whenever they care to express it, including through mass media. If citizens are dissatisfied with their political leadership, they can challenge their leaders for office. Now, all of these things are true in every free country in any period, always. These are not just features of democracy. These are prerequisites for democracy. So with that in mind, you should know about a political party in Ukraine called Opposition Platform for Life. With 43 seats in parliament, it is the largest opposition party in that country. Over the weekend, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, banned that party. Opposition Platform for Life is now prohibited from, quote, all activity within Ukraine. So with a single command, Zelensky made it impossible for anybody to run against him for president. He did this not just to Opposition Platform for Life, but to 10 other political parties that he believed were insufficiently loyal to him. They're all illegal now. Obviously, there's a war underway in Ukraine, and on that basis, Zelensky has declared martial law. But we must tell you there is no evidence that the opposition parties he banned were aiding Russia in its war against Ukraine. Opposition Platform for Life, for example, denounced the Russian invasion the moment it happened, just like everybody else. But Zelensky took the opportunity to turn Ukraine into effectively a one-party state, which it now is. So having banned all opposition, he then seized control of the country's media outlets. Zelensky signed a decree that combines all national television channels into a single platform that he controls. He described this as a, quote, unified information policy, and it certainly is unified. So if all of these details seem shocking to you, if this is not the Zelensky you've heard about on the Today Show, then you may not have been paying attention to Ukraine. Zelensky has been solidifying complete control over Ukraine for a long time, since long before the Russian invasion and the war. Last year, he had his main political opponent arrested and his assets seized by the state. At the same time, Zelensky shut down 3 of Ukraine's most popular television networks, channels that, not coincidentally, had criticized him. So how should we, as Americans, assess this? Well, first and most obviously, by admitting this is authoritarianism, it's not democracy. And then second, by acknowledging that actually it's pretty common around the world. Even in 2022, real democracy is a rare thing anywhere. Most countries are still governed by some variety of dictatorship, whatever they may call it. And that includes close American allies. The kingdoms of Jordan and Saudi Arabia come to mind, but there are others. We're not moralizing about this, by the way. Obviously, we'd prefer democracy everywhere, in every country. But as Americans, it's probably a waste of time to get too involved in the internal affairs of other countries. They're hard to change. What we care about, what all Americans should care about, is what happens here in the United States. The United States is, despite the fact it's also a bumper sticker, doesn't make it untrue, is a beacon of hope and freedom to the rest of the world. How do we maintain that inspiring position? Not simply by sending people missiles, but by remaining free ourselves. The United States cannot be a beacon of freedom, of light in the world, if we are not free. So that's the first thing we do if we want to inspire and change the world, Ukraine included, is make sure that we stay free. And with that concern in mind, you should be very worried by your leader's response to what's happening in Ukraine, the growing dictatorship there. And that's the word for it. What's another word for it? If you have ideas, send it to us. On the very same day that Zelensky shut down opposition media and all opposition political parties, professional liar and Atlantic magazine pundit David Frum posted this on Twitter, verbatim, quote, Ukraine may be the first example in human history of a country that, under the pressure of war, is becoming more tolerant and more liberal. Right. So when you outlaw all criticism of yourself, that's called tolerance. It's called democracy. But don't take the word of a single Canadian warmonger propagandist. David Frum is hardly alone in telling you that. All of Washington is telling you that. Watch.
So proud of President Zelensky and the courage that he has shown. And in Congress, we are trying to get the administration on board.
President Biden is showing moral leadership, just like President Zelensky is showing moral leadership.
He, of course, by his example, shows the kind of courage we all hope we can reach and provide at a moment of real testing.
Government doesn't give us our rights. Our rights come to us from God, and government is just a shared tool to secure them. And you see that spirit, that American Philadelphia 1787 spirit in Zelensky right now.
God, these people. So The man who just declared himself king.
Uai, seu app de vídeos curtos.